showed you last week how they were protesting outside the WTAE radio studios in Wilkinsburg, but none of this changes the fact that Cullen is out, and it appears that a new format for WTAE, Sports Talk, is on the way in. Still, Lynn Cullen maintains there's no shutting me up, and she is with us tonight to demonstrate that. Lynn, thanks for being with us. How you doing?
I'm fine, Ken.
Tell us what happened to you.
Well, 1 minute I was there and the next minute I wasn't. It was rumored. I was expecting it. It came a little bit more suddenly than I had expected, in part because I apparently opened my mouth, if you can imagine, and said something I wasn't supposed to have.
Well, what did you say? So you're saying there's more to it than just a format change. You were fired for something you said.
I was fired apparently for not following instructions, which was not to discuss any format changes on the air. A caller had called, a caller asked about the rumors. The PG had done some stories about it, Ken Finder in the sports section, and I discussed it, and I clearly alluded to the fact that I was probably history, and in fact, I was.
So even if you had not gotten into that, you feel your number was up anyway.
Oh yeah, my number was up. There was no doubt about it. I would have been fired on Friday instead of Wednesday.
Tell me about that Wednesday show. I did not hear it, but you created quite a stir with it. You knew that was going to be your last show?
No, I did not know it was going to be my last show. I suspected my last show was going to be on Friday, and I knew I was not going to be allowed to say goodbye to people who I'd been spending the morning with for 10 years. I thought that was so cruel and so wrong that I, being the emotional sort that I am, found myself, this was not planned, saying goodbye on Wednesday, and in fact that proved to be my last show.
You obviously have some very loyal and dedicated listeners who don't want to see you go. What do you have to say to them tonight? Are we going to hear you somewhere else?
I certainly hope so, even if it takes, you know, a megaphone or a bullhorn somewhere. I will definitely be heard from. Somebody like me just doesn't know how to shut up. I don't know what the medium will be, whether it be print, whether it be television, whether it be radio, but Lynn Cullen cannot be shut up.
In the meantime, what'd you do today?
In the meantime, I've been on the phone just incessantly. It's amazing the number of people who have been calling me. You know what? It's like being able to attend your own funeral and reading your own obituaries. And it's really been just so gratifying. And all I can say to everybody who is missing me, God bless you. You have made me feel much loved this week.
Very quickly, I don't know if we've had anything confirmed from WTAE, but as far as you understand, they are indeed definitely going Sports Talk.
Oh, I think you can probably bet on that.
All right, Lynn Cullen, thanks and good luck to you.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Coming up, Pittsburgh police active.
Future until the primary.
Right. You know, one day she was there, the next day she was gone, and she was the very first of several radio talk show hosts to be fired at radio station WTAE as that station moves to an all-sports format. But if you know her style, she's not one to go quietly. And so this morning we decided to give the last word to Lynn Cullen.
Was it something I said? I mean, after all, WTAE hired me to be outspoken, provocative, and honest. And apparently WTAE has fired me for being outspoken, provocative, and honest. And let's be honest, they were going to fire me anyway to make way for an all-sports format. They just fired me earlier because I had the gall to suggest I was going to be fired to make way for an all-sports format. That was my grievous offense, telling the truth. Now, remember when mothers used to teach their children, honesty is the best policy. Any mother who would do such a thing today should be reported to CYS immediately. I'm thinking of suing my own mom for drumming all that honesty drivel into my impressionable head. Anyone knows that honesty in corporate and political America today buys you nothing but an express ticket to the unemployment line. Oh well, I lost a job, but Pittsburgh lost a voice, an opposing point of view. And now Pittsburgh talk radio in prime time will cover the gamut from ditto head to ditto head. It will be uniformly white, male, and predictable. And that's something I'll never be. Honest.
Lynn Cullen. Well, John, we've gone full scroll today. We started off with radio talk show hosts who say that when they make a mistake, they correct it, and Lynn says